So you're thinking about moving to Suffolk, Virginia in 2025? That's exciting. But here's the truth nobody tells you. If you move here blind, you could end up overpaying for a home, stuck with a commute that drains your soul, or living in an area that just doesn't match your lifestyle. The internet loves to paint Suffolk as affordable and charming. And it is, but there are some big things you need to know before you pack that moving truck. Let's get into it. I'm Jason Edwards with eXp Realty, and people reach out to me every single week for help with buying, selling, or relocating here in Hampton Roads. Whether you're military, a first-time buyer, or thinking about selling, my contact information is right down in the description. Call, text, email, or just grab my free homebuyer's guide linked below. All right, let's dive in. First, let's start with the housing market reality. Suffolk's median home price right now is around $399,000. That's up 4 to 10% from last year. Average days on market, 41 to 46 days. Translation, houses are still moving, but you've got a little bit more breathing room than in the frenzy of 2022 and 2023. Inventory is up nearly 24% year over year across Hampton Roads, and Suffolk alone has almost 600 active listings. That's the highest we've had in years. For buyers, that means more options and more negotiating power. For sellers, it means you can't just throw your house on Zillow, cross your fingers, and expect 5 offers in 24 hours. Oh, and mortgage rates? They're sitting about in the mid 6% range right now. Not the 2.6% pandemic rates we all dream about, but definitely better than the 7% we saw earlier this year. Question for you. Do you think interest rates will actually dip below 6% again, or is that dream long gone? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear where you stand. Now here's something most people don't realize. Suffolk is cheaper than Virginia Beach. Overall cost of living is about 3.3% less, and housing costs are roughly 14 to 15% lower. If you're coming from Chesapeake or Virginia Beach, that could mean thousands in savings each year. But, and there's always a but, Suffolk's property tax rate is $1.03 per $100 of assessed value. That's higher than the state average of 80 cents per $100, so you'll want to factor that into your monthly payment. Utilities? Expect around $150 to $200 a month, give or take, for a typical family home. Groceries run between $500 and $700 a month for a family of 4, depending on where you shop. And yes, you'll burn through gas because you probably will be driving everywhere and further for your commute. More on that in a second. And if anyone is curious, no, Suffolk doesn't have a Trader Joe's yet. Maybe someday. One of the biggest adjustments when you move to Suffolk is the commute. The average is 25 minutes, but that's just the average. If you're in North Suffolk, you might get to Norfolk in 20 to 25 minutes. If you're deep in downtown or southern Suffolk, add another 15 to 20 minutes on a good day. And lately, if you're using 58, there aren't any good days until they finish the current construction. They're doing a flyover from eastbound 58 to the city dump on the other side. Public transportation? Pretty much non-existent. Suffolk Transit covers a sliver of downtown. If you're military, that means you're driving yourself to Naval Station Norfolk or Portsmouth Naval Hospital. The good news? The Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel expansion is underway, which should help with regional traffic. It's a decent commute from near downtown Suffolk to Naval Station Norfolk. I moved here in 2009 and was active duty for another 12 years after that. It was about a 42-minute drive from my driveway to the parking lot of the hangar that I worked in, without traffic. That's through the downtown tunnel. So if there's a Berkeley Bridge opening or an accident or rain or anything that might disrupt traffic, it can be longer. There's kind of a lifestyle trade-off too. You're giving up the walk to the brewery and brunch spot vibe of Norfolk or Virginia Beach, but what you get is space. Larger homes, bigger yards, peace and quiet. And hey, you won't hear jets screaming over your house like in Virginia Beach. No sound of freedom. However, if you like the walkability factor, Downtown Suffolk is being revitalized, with many new businesses popping up all the time. One of my favorites, Danny's Downtown Dogs, just recently closed its doors, unfortunately, but hopefully something just as good will open up soon. Alright, now neighborhoods. Let's break it down. In North Suffolk, like the Harbour area or the riverfront, modern shopping, golf, newer homes, the prices are a little higher. Think $450,000 to up over $1 million. It's great if you want convenience and don't mind the premium. There are some nice detached single-family homes as well as condos and townhomes here, so there's something to fit a lot of budgets. Then you've got downtown Suffolk. There's a ton of history, charm, and old architecture. But some places do raise safety and crime concerns, so definitely research these areas carefully. Then you've got some kind of middle-of-the-road gems like Burnett's Mill or Riverwood or Bennett's Creek. They're perfect for families looking under $400,000 to $450,000. There's also a lot of new construction. Suffolk has nearly 300 new construction homes on the market right now, as well as the massive Rivers Bend project, which is 497 units with condos, townhouses, even a potential riverfront marina. It's still awaiting rezoning approval from the city, which would turn a mostly unused 70-plus acres off of North Main Street into mid-range housing. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on that and update you as I hear more information. Whether you want modern convenience, historic vibes, or brand new construction, Suffolk's got options. Would you pick a historic downtown home with charm or a brand new build with zero maintenance? Let me know below. Alright, next let's talk safety, because nobody likes surprises. Suffolk's property crime rate is higher than the national average, but the violent crime rate is lower than the national average. Some of the safest neighborhoods often mentioned are Northeast Suffolk, Skeetertown, Holland, and Nansemond North. Downtown gets mixed reviews online. Some love it, others just don't feel comfortable. Bottom line is, do your research. Check official resources, pull crime maps, and visit neighborhoods at different times of the day. That's what I do with my relocation clients. Show you the real deal, not just the pretty pictures. I always tell all of my clients, visit a house both during the week and on the weekend, both during the day and at night, so you can get the real picture of what's going on in that neighborhood. That's one of the things that you just can't change about a home that you buy. One thing nobody argues with, Suffolk is loaded with outdoor lifestyle perks. You've got the Great Dismal Swamp National Wildlife Refuge, 112,000 acres of hiking, kayaking, and birdwatching. Some local favorites, you got Lone Star Lakes Park, Sleepy Hole Park, and Lake Mead Park. Tons of fishing, trails, disc golf, you name it. And the events, Suffolk Peanut Festival coming up in October, the Taste of Suffolk, the Earth and Arts Festival, all staples of life here. So while you're not getting Norfolk's nightlife or Virginia Beach's oceanfront, you're getting a slower pace, more space, and a very family-oriented lifestyle. Fun fact, Suffolk is actually the fastest growing city in Hampton Roads right now. Population grew 8.7% from 2020 to 2024, adding over 8,200 new residents. Most new folks are coming from Chesapeake, Portsmouth, Richmond, DC, and even New York. Why? Simple. More house for the money, less congestion than Newport News or Hampton, and still within reach of bases, shipyards, and jobs. For military families, Suffolk is kind of a sweet spot. Suburban comfort with manageable commutes to most commands. Okay, here's the part Zillow or any realtor brochure will not tell you. The summers are hot, humid, and sticky. Think 90 degrees plus and 100% humidity. Flooding is real. Make sure you check FEMA maps before you buy for which flood zone the home you're looking at is in, and talk to an insurance agent to get a quote on what flood insurance would be. Also, you'll drive a lot. Public transportation, as I said before, isn't an option outside downtown, and most commutes are going to be a little bit longer from Suffolk, depending on where you work, of course. Fewer big box shopping and entertainment options than Chesapeake or Virginia Beach. So, if nightlife is your top priority, you might be disappointed. But if space, affordability, and family-friendly lifestyle top your list, Suffolk checks those boxes. Listen, I help people just like you every single week. Active duty military families, veterans using their VA loan, first-time home buyers, sellers trying to figure out timing, you name it. All my contact information is in the description below. Call, text, or email me. And don't forget to grab my free home buyer's guide while you're down there. Let's talk about your move and make a plan that fits you. So that's the inside scoop on moving to Suffolk, Virginia in 2025. The good, the bad, and the stuff nobody else tells you. I upload new videos every single week about buying, selling, living, and thriving in Hampton Roads. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. And check out one of these videos coming up. I think you'll find it super helpful. I'll talk to you soon.